This next game is a kind of a party game for families, and it's called My Parents Might Be Martians, because honestly, every kid thinks that anyway, might as well lean into it. But this seems like poetry for Neanderthals for families. And for you that don't know poetry for Neanderthals, the whole thing is you can only say one-syllable words. And it gets kind of crazy, right? Because it's like if you have marshmallow, trying to get them to say marshmallow, you're like fire, white, eat, and all this, and it looks very Neanderthalian. I'm sure that's a word. But anyway, this is similar. But what is interesting about this is your kid is playing the human, right? And you're the Martians as parents. So say there are two parents or two adults sitting there and a kid. And another thing is only one kid, if there's a couple kids, one kid has a megaphone and can speak, so they have to kind of give that kid the answers to go forward. This kind of negates the whole shouting, which I really like that. I'll talk about that in a second. But so the parents are going to they'll have cards, and one parent goes at a time with a timer, and they'll have whatever, a spaceship on there. And they'll have to speak in one-syllable words, and they'll have to say things like, it flies, is flat, and they can do motions and all this stuff, and you try to get that kid to say spaceship. Now, if they guess it, then you put it down, you go to the next one. You get as many cards as you can for the human team to guess. Now, at the end of that, this is what's really clever about this game. At the end of that, all of those cards go to the human team, right? So those are their points. For any ones you got as a parent or an adult, you grab the stars. So if you got 5, you get 5 stars. Then the other parent goes, or the other adult goes over it, right? So they're going to do the same thing. And again, whatever cards they get, slide over to that kid, and you get the stars. So what's clever about this system is, I didn't think this would work, but it did with our daughter. It's like she wins because she's going to get cards every turn. So that team is going to come in first. And then it's all about second and third between the two adults, which is really fun because the adults can go back and forth trying to get more, and that's the competition, but they're always going to come in first. That is such a clever way to do this. And on top of that, the whole megaphone idea makes sure that that one kid is not the one, all the other kids are the loud ones, and they're the ones that always get to guess and all this. So this is, if there's one kid with a megaphone, that's a kid that's told the guest, and they get to say it. So all of that culminates into this really fun game. And it's very easy to teach, quick to learn, and you can play it in 10 or 15 minutes when you have a little bit of time before bed. That is what makes a great party game. I really enjoyed this game. Of course, I like poetry for Neanderthals, right? There's no hitting people with a club in this one, but it is a really fun game. So this I would give an 8 to. This is to check out if you have younger kids, or if you have kids, or if you have friends that have kids. This is a really fun game to check out and play as a family. And honestly, you'll want to take video of it because it's embarrassing how hard it is to think of a one-syllable word. So that is, My Parents Might Be Martians. They probably are. Mine are.